Will.
Yes.
Manuel Neuer. Remember him?
I do remember him.
Do you know what happened to him?
No. In my mind, he's still the best. He's just ripping it up over in Germany.
Yeah. Well, he got injured.
Oh, that sounds vaguely familiar.
That's what they bought. I'm sure you watched in Champions League during the week.
Summer.
Because he got injured. Do you know how he got injured?
No idea.
Skiing.
Oh no. Not good. Never what you want to happen to your star player.
It's just kind of like it's a tricky one to say to your boss. I got injured not playing football.
We did a bit when Javi came in and we made fun of it that his first rule was no extreme sports.
No extreme sport for this reason.
Barcelona are flying it. I haven't heard of any freak injuries lately.
Essentially like your company property, you know.
Yeah.
During the summer, go for it. But also not really because you got to be back for the next one. They pay you a lot of money.
Don't do anything you might die doing.
You're a very expensive company van. Yeah. That's what it is. You can't just be taking the van off on your own. You got to log when you're bringing it out or not. So Neuer breaks his leg and he's out for a long, long time. And he's 34-ish.
Yes.
So, it's not great.
And you're a keeper. You do lots of jumping and diving.
Yeah.
Tough to bounce back from that.
So, yeah, again, it's Bayern, so there's no real issue. They're bringing Jan Sommer, so I mean, they're covered. But in a wider efforts to change it up, I think. Because, I mean, look, a lot of times players become powerful. They're there a long time. They're kind of seen as this, all-powerful figure if they're there a long time. He's also one of the ringleaders of that, at the World Cup where they cover their mouths.
Yes.
That was Neuer was one of the guys leading that. So maybe, and Bayern have the nickname that Bayern have?
What?
FC Hollywood.
Really?
Because all the best players generally play for Bayern. It's awful. It's Oliver Kahn and Mattis, what's his name, the World Cup winner? Lothar Matthäus.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, they're always in the board. Franz Beckenbauer was there on the board. So there's always these kind of drama going on because these are all egomaniacs. They're former great players. So they're like, okay, right, this is a good time to get Neuer out. One of Neuer's best friends there. Best friends or best influencers was the goalkeeping coach.
They just booed him.
Sacked.
That's mad.
Neuer's gone, you're gone. And Neuer came out with this response saying that...
it wasn't my fault I was skiing. I thought I could ski.
Well, he just said, I'm devastated. This is the worst thing that ever happened to me in my career. And then one of the journalists said to him, he said, what happened? What about when you went from Schalke to Bayern? Everybody hated you and said you were a traitor. This is worse.
My buddy.
And it went on and on, that kind of tone. So Bayern have taken action.
I've never heard of any of this.
You can't be as part of the club, Will. This is our decision. You just play for. When you go ski,
Yeah. Take it out on the slopes.
Yeah, maybe if you want to still careless, the goalkeeper coach is still here. But for his, insubordination, they're giving him a fine.
Oh.
You know how much?
How much?
1.4 million. 1.4 million for saying that he misses the coach. That he should have been sacked. I don't know why they did it. So yeah, they're trying to get Neuer out. They're trying to get him out.
It sounds like if I was to put my tinfoil hat on, I would say they're not too fond of Neuer these days.
Yeah. And another player just related to that, Pogba.
Yes.
No, Paul Pogba. He's been injured since he's been over there.
Yes, hasn't kicked the ball.
You know what he has been doing?
Was he skiing as well?
He's also been skiing.
I did see he was skiing. What's going on?
They're saying you can't play, but you can ski with Manuel Neuer all around the slopes.
Oh yeah, I did see the ski.
Yeah. It's all the rage these days with footballers.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense.
They say many garbage things.
You don't know what you're going to get.
Melodrama upon melodrama. This is a totally utter shameful, disgraceful piece of nonsense.
He was balls off it yesterday.
You'll learn a lot more if you listen rather than talk all
Plenty
the
of
time.
time, no problem.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a No Nonsense podcast with Cathal and Will. That was some nice music there. We just heard a bit of a change up.
Yeah,
for any long time listeners, or some listened last week, I guess. So long and short time listeners.
It doesn't change every week. I know. If you think that.
Long, short time, and maybe not new listeners, but everyone should really have noticed the new music there.
New clips,
some of the best moments here on the show. We are at this 2 years.
2 years, the 2-year anniversary.
Remember last year's anniversary?
Vaguely.
I remember saying this is the only thing I've ever done in my life.
We've doubled it.
Double that. Double it past the next guy.
We had a good second year.
Yeah.
Easily our best year.
I think we've finally come into our own, and
we actually have listeners.
We actually have listeners. And you know what it is? Like, we did this for ourselves at the start, just to calm the mind during lockdown. But I think we are getting to a point now where I would be happy to say I'm offering something to somebody.
Yeah, I think we're like a good listen.
It's a not bad listen.
Yeah,
it's a good listen. I feel like I'm offering something to somebody.
I've listened to podcasts I like and have heard worse episodes than things we've put out.
Exactly. You know, and you know, you might say, where's this, you know, circle jerk going, lads?
I know what you're thinking, and you're right.
It's the cash grab. Lock the doors.
Ding 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 ding.
Empty your pockets right now. We're gonna try it out, lads. We're gonna sink or swim right now, and we're gonna launch a Patreon. We'll explain it all on the Patreon. Yeah. Because I tell you what, lads, most patrons, right? You pay whatever, $5 a month. A cup of coffee in Dublin, as I say. You know, fuck you, by the way, for saying that. Inflation isn't funny.
They always say
inflation isn't funny. Okay?
Yeah, they always say like, oh, the price of a pint. No, it's not.
Yeah, maybe in fucking 1992, perhaps.
Yeah, ours is less than the price of a pint.
Ours is about the price of a pint, but I'll tell you what, you get the extra episode like every other podcast does. You know, okay, right, lads, what else you have for us? I'll tell you what else you have for you. We have another show.
Yes.
A segment / show.
Yeah.
Where we talk about everything besides football.
Yeah. It's whenever we say we have a podcast to people we know and they say, oh, what's better? And we go football, and they go, oh, I would have listened otherwise.
Yeah.
This show's for you.
I hate that fucking thing.
Yeah.
This is what we're calling it, tentatively calling it After the Nonsense. So we record it right after the show. And we've already recorded 4 episodes.
4 as of now, a 5th one right after this.
This.
So there should be 5 by the time you hear this. So a nice backlog of...
A nice little backlog. So you can... This is the thing. We're being so good at them, Will.
Yeah.
We're so generous. Yeah. Okay? We're going to let you listen to the 4 episodes backed up. And also the thinking was that when we started this football podcast, we weren't very good.
Yes.
I mean, it took time to kind of like, you know, feel it out. So hopefully we felt that with the first 4. So you can maybe skip them even.
Yep.
You know, go straight in the 5th one. We already have a new segment for the show, Will.
Yep, we sure do.
So I think that's I'm getting nervous now.
Look.
So I think that, okay. So that's what you get, folks.
Yeah, you're getting a bonus episode, or a bonus show.
Bonus football show.
We're going to throw some more bonus episodes up there. Might be some Champions League episodes. The idea is we'll throw stuff up for you, a little bonus content that's more than just the 1 episode a week.
So a Patreon, or is it not Patreon?
It's a Patreon model. It's done through our podcast provider. The link will be in the description to this episode and every episode.
Very easy to get to.
Yeah, it's in the description to this. Yeah.
So yeah, if you sign up, you get an extra football episode, and then you get another extra bonus episode. So you get 2 extra episodes if you sign up for a $5 a month.
$5 a month, yeah.
We're going to try it out, folks. Yeah, and if it doesn't work, that's it.
We're done.
You know, that's fine.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. The idea is, people don't know, it actually does cost us money to host the podcast.
Yeah.
Not a lot of money. 5 people's worth.
Yeah.
And if this was free to do, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be just honestly to keep it going.
Yeah.
I think we explained this in the first episodes of the Patreon. So you want to really hear the real breakdown of why this cash grab is happening. You can hear us pleading in the first episode.
You know what we could do here?
What?
We'll stick in a little clip of After the Nonsense.
Good idea, Will. I know people who go through stuff. Yeah. You know, whereas me now, I don't know anybody.
That's like the classic thing you always hear whenever people are like, imagine if that was your daughter, or like that one. It's like, you shouldn't have to.
Well, apparently I do. Apparently I have to envisage one of my blood in the situation where I go, oh, that is bad. That could happen to me. Or someone I care about, not this stranger who I couldn't give a fuck about.
It's funny as well, because I can imagine if you were pulled into the hard shoulder.
Yeah.
Every car that goes by, you'd be like, fucking hurt.
There's no one happening. Oh yeah, keep driving. Oh, those boys.
I'd pay a $5 for that.
I'd pay more.
Yeah, you can't. It doesn't let you.
Well, I would. I'd get 2 accounts. I get 2 credit cards. Yeah. Two accounts.
Revolut, I'm a bank.
Well, speaking of which, Will,
yeah,
you know, an extra episode a week. How many times have we sat here or I sat here, I said, I wish we could do another episode. I wish we had more time to do an extra episode so I could react to that midweek game. So I could have a knee-jerk reaction and spill my brain out onto the table and tell you exactly what I think. Well, finally, it's worked out in our favor. Imagine the completely wrong takes I would have given after the Man City Arsenal midweek game.
It would have been, you would have been proven wrong literally 2 days later on every account.
I think everyone has.
Yes.
I think fairly thought this was it.
That's it. It's happened.
Because if you didn't know, Arsenal lost to Man City.
Yes.
3-1 in Arsenal.
Yeah.
First of the double header that they will have to play City.
It was weird as well because everyone said City didn't play that well. Jack Grealish said after the game, he's like, I didn't think we played well and we still won 3-1. I was watching it. I thought City were amazing. Every time they got the ball, they nearly scored.
Yeah, there was a difference of opinions because it was like, Arsenal had more possession and they had chances, but City had a lot of chances too.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing people thought City didn't play well was Bernardo Silva playing left back.
Yeah, weird.
People thought that's not a good team.
That's weird.
How are they going to win this game? And he had like 3 or 4 kicks at Saka.
Yeah.
And it was like, this guy is going to send off.
Yeah.
But they changed it just in time.
You just move him up to his actual position and he's amazing. Best player on the pitch.
And also, I think Ederson was time wasting.
Yeah.
Which is mad. I think that they won 3-1 and he was time wasting at one point in the game.
Yeah.
Because you usually think City won 3-1, they've dominated the game.
Yeah. So
I guess it's just the standard they set. It's like a City game that they win is usually like utter embarrassment for the opposing team.
Yeah.
Whereas this one was like, they had to work hard first.
Yeah.
I think for Arsenal fans, some of them might have been dreading it, but I think a lot of fans would have been looking forward to this game. Because this is the real litmus test. Like, okay, how good are we?
Am I allowed to actually be excited?
Yeah, because like there's times in the past where Arsenal went to City and got results and they caught on the hop. But this is like, okay, Arsenal going well. City are the best team, the best players. Obviously, we all know that. Can we actually play a ball with them? Can we play our style against them, or are we going to have to change it and sit back? And so, I mean, they did that in a way, but also they kind of sat back. So I think people came away from that thinking that wasn't the way Arsenal played.
Yeah.
And they still lost.
Yes.
And I also thought, that's 6 points.
Yeah.
Because the left was the next game. So
yeah, you can't do it. If we didn't win this one, we'll never win again. It's done.
Yeah. And I think as well, the whole thing leading up to us, with the whole sanctions and City are cooked, they're finished, they've lost the hunger, Cancelo's gone, they're breaking up the team. I definitely got to see players.
Yes.
I would say. Like I mentioned in the last episode, when Rodri scored that goal,
it
against,
felt different.
Who was it against? Brentford was it against?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Whoever was against, he scored that. No, it was against Aston Villa.
Yes.
Fucking Martinez threw it in. And the way he celebrated was like, yes, this is huge. And I was like, it's got them. They've been hearing that they're finished and they're going to show Arsenal now. They've awakened the beast.
Yes.
Everyone thought we've done it now.
Yeah, we should have lost a few.
They've been asleep all season. Now we've riled them. We've levied these unprecedented accusations of sport washing against them. Said they're finished. Said they can't do it.
Yeah.
And now they're going to stomp the league.
Yeah.
And also the flip side was it's Arsenal. These players, this manager, anyone in the position of power of the club has not done it before.
No.
So how are they going to recover?
Yeah, young and inexperienced. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. The team will get experience over time, but this is the first year, really.
And thought, okay, this is City now, the top of the league. What are the odds they're going to let this slip?
Yeah.
Immediately. Or ever. Because I did hear people saying, listen, Arsenal have a game in hand. All they have to do is match the results and wait.
Yeah, right.
And get it and get something. Go to City and get something. Right? Get a draw. If you can't win, don't lose. And people will laugh at that person because like that won't happen.
Yeah.
It's City and it's Arsenal. We know this plays out.
Yeah.
I think that was like maybe desperation at the whole. The accusations were levied against them. And then nothing happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is just going to, you're going to beat City, hardly.
Yeah.
They look at them right now.
They're going to win another 3 leagues before they're punished for any of this.
And they never will be,
Yeah.
They'll be fined less than Manuel Neuer, probably.
100%.
So people kind of were in that mode, like, it doesn't matter. Forget it, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Forget it. You're a dreamer.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen. So, then 2 days later, Arsenal play Aston Villa. Obviously, they go down 1-0. Yeah, it's over.
It's done. Game over. Saw this coming.
5 minutes in, Ollie Watkins.
Unbelievable goal. sat down an Arsenal defender and smashed into the corner.
And then, of course, Saka gets the equaliser because Saka's, now the new one good Arsenal player.
But a point's no good.
Points no good. Oh, they're behind again. They've done it again. Coutinho scored. Gerrard's man. Oh, you're cooked. You're finished.
Finished.
2-2. No good. You got... You think City...
What, you're going to score 3?
You think City are going to draw or lose Nottingham Forest? Don't
No
think so, pal.
chance, yeah. Haaland's going to score 6 in that game.
I saw a Instagram post from, those Instagram football pages?
Yeah, like Football Man or whatever.
They do like several pictures, several memes in a row.
The carousel.
They do the carousel. And it was a halftime of the game. Arsenal were down 1-0 or 2-1. I think they're down 2-1.
They were down.
They'd equalised, then conceded again.
Yeah.
Like this team was mentalities or something.
Oh, a goal right before halftime.
Yeah. And they posted like this list of things. The first one was a picture of Jorginho.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's all gone down the hills and sea signs.
Yeah. Loser.
And of course, he'd be the one to step up. I mean,
he was good against City as well.
extremely fortunate goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what people said as well. Some people said it was so mixed, the City game. I think people's kind of know ideas of who City were, who Arsenal were. Of course, Arsenal had gone behind. It was always going to happen, kind of thing. Someone said, I thought Jorginho was one of the best players. He's no Partey, is he? It's like, well,
that's why he's there. He plays in Partey.
No, I wasn't as good. They're finished. He's a bad signing. I was like, you didn't watch the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, he comes up and scores the fucking winner. And then Martinez, the former goalie.
Second week in a row.
What do you think about Martinez? Do you like him? Do you like his shithousery?
I tell you what,
the golden penis himself.
When the World Cup is going on, loved him.
Yeah.
As soon as it gets back to the league, I'm like, this guy's a gobshite. I don't know why it's different as well. I think it's just because the World Cup is such a grand stage, and because we were all rooting for Argentina. But like, I'm not rooting for Aston Villa. I think when you're not rooting and you see his antics, you're like, fuck this guy.
They always say we need more characters in the game. And then somebody speaks out and we chop them down, Will. We say we don't want characters like that.
Speaking of speaking out against characters, did you see what Emery said about him?
I've never told my goalkeeper to go to score one goal in the 92 minutes because maybe, I don't know the data, what is, maybe one goal of 100. And maybe 20 times they are doing the transition and they are scoring 10 times goals. And today it happened. And for me, it's not really be smart, not really be consistent in how we want to play, how we want to compete. Because we can play, we can lose 2-3, yes, but 2-4, it's not good result.
I thought this was bullshit. I thought this was bollocks. Like, and Emery was actually asked about the World Cup thing, as you remember. I said that was not cool.
Not good.
Did not like that one.
Yes, not professional, I would say.
He doesn't like the shithousery, the mockery.
A man who has ruthlessly mocked himself his whole Arsenal stint, so he probably knows, hey, maybe we should be kinder in the sport.
So yeah, he was time wasting too. Actually, that game. I mean, 2 games in a row, Arsenal were time wasted by goalies who were winning in like the first half, and he got booked and was like, I've never seen 2 goalies in a row get booked for time wasting at Arsenal ever.
This must be a tactic that people have seen. Like, if you hold the ball in the first half, Arsenal will just collapse.
Well, don't let them get a run on you, I suppose, is the thing. But I mean,
kill the momentum.
I never saw anyone do that to Liverpool.
No.
And that was like, they were much more of a heavy metal football, like Klopp plays, whatever you want to say. But yeah, so he gets done for time wasting, and he's doing his shithouse routine. So of course, then when the ball hits off his head and goes in, there's a little bit of like, well, you want to play. You want to play that game. You got to win some.
Yeah,
you win big and you lose big. I mean, you probably didn't like this, but when he did that thing to Ronaldo, or more, he did that thing to Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
When he was shouting past Fernandes, hey, you should be taking this penalty, not him. This guy sucks. Hey, why don't you take the penalty? And then it got in Fernandes' head. And
it's the only penalty I remember him missing.
Like, that's the thing. Like, when something that happens, it's like, oh, that was a huge W for. And he did the same thing in the Copa America.
Yeah.
Against Yeremina, of all people. Because he was
You're taking a penalty. That's weird.
because he was talking shit to Messi, I think, during the game. And then he was like, he's going left, everybody. I'm going to sit to my left. And it was like during COVID, so you could hear it all, so people could transcribe the exact thing he was saying. So he has huge dubs.
Yeah.
And then when this happens, and it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Off the crossbar, off your head, that's your fault.
Yeah,
But,
not your fault.
you know, people are going to really love that. But of course, you're never, like a good gambler once said, you're never too far from your next big win.
Yeah.
Up he goes.
I can turn this around.
I can save this. And of
I
course,
love the thought of Emery on the sideline, like, no, get back.
yeah, I mean, listen, your goalie's had a nightmare. Okay? He's let in the ball off his head.
It's a hot-headed move to go around up the pitch.
He's been booked for time wasting. He goes up. He's trying to, like, listen,
I'm going to score.
they're not in your Champions League. They're not in your relegation. So goal difference isn't going to make a difference to Aston Villa. You either win the game or lose the game by 3-2 or 4-2. It doesn't make a difference.
Yes.
Well, not if you want to make up statistics like Emery did. I mean, what did he say? He said, I haven't done the stats, but I would guess.
Yeah.
And then he says, 1 in 20 times that'll go on the goal. 1 in 100 times that'll go for the goal will score.
Yeah, he said, like, it's very often they get countered and scored against. That never happens.
But he literally, it's like, you know, like a podcast would say, listen, I'm an idiot, don't listen to me, but
Yeah.
I think coronavirus isn't real. He literally said, I don't know stats of this, but if I had to guess, I would say that he was completely in the wrong area there for stats wise, because they always go in, but they never go in his end. So, yeah, he fucked up there big time. Good game. I mean, he doesn't like him. He doesn't. We know that. So I thought that was like a bullshit move by Emery to just like have a go at your goalie in a low moment. You know,
get the fans on your side. Look at this idiot. Look at this clown. We
Yeah.
need another keeper.
And again, if he plays for your team, he's your fan favorite.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Emery,
Same with United and Bruno. All United fans love Bruno. Every other team despises him. I've never seen a player get booed more.
so yeah, I know Emery's playing it there. I think that's a good move for him.
Yeah, no.
Because you know, like I said, they're not in Champions League. They're not doing that well, and you meant to take them beyond what. Like Jared was underperforming. Don't forget.
Yes.
So you have to take them a lot beyond.
Just let it slide. We lost Arsenal. That's okay.
You definitely have to go with the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Again, very Frank Lampard or Gerrard to go at your own boys after a 4-2 loss.
Not the move.
Arsenal are top of the table. Just be like, tough game, proud of my boys. That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
You never have to say anything.
No, you don't say, well, we were up twice and we went behind.
Where was he at?
We got level twice and they got 1 by 2 goals. I don't know what those players are doing, you know? I definitely didn't tell them to do that. I'm trying to think of when I told them to do that. I can't think of me saying, go out there, concede 4 goals and only score 2. I can't remember. I can't remember saying that. I really can't. Sorry. If I did, I would take blame.
Yeah.
That's what Emery was doing. That's pretty much word for word what he said.
Pretty much.
Yeah, well, look, the upshot is then that it was like, well, that's a great win for Arsenal, but they're going to have to do it every week because City aren't going to lose. Especially after Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, easy.
What the fuck?
That was mad. That was the main result this season where I thought, ooh, this is different.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like the other ones are like, it's still early in the season. It's not early in the season anymore.
We're getting there now.
It's crunch time.
we're trucking
You
along.
don't draw on crunch time.
We're not quite at the squeaky bum time yet, but I
Yeah.
mean, I'd be getting those trousers off.
We're undoing our belt.
Yeah, rapidly. You know, we need to go.
We've got those fucking Michael Jordan tracksuits.
Yeah.
Where we've got the hands on them.
Han had one really big chance. So, I mean, it's one of those things that, like, it was kind of a freak accident as well, in a way that, like, they could have won.
Yeah.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't. But at the same time, wasn't that, like, you know, like, they got dominated by Nottingham Forest. And it's like, wow, this team is finished. It was just one of those things that can happen, but we've just not seen it happen to City.
Yeah.
Like, this is a game, you're playing a struggling team. This is 4-5-0 every time. Remember they beat West Ham like 3 years in a row, like 4-0 plus. And it was just like a foregone conclusion. Like there's never anything else going to happen.
Crush everyone.
And Nottingham Forest are a lot worse than that West Ham team was.
Oh, yeah.
So I think this team is more like the 2014 City team. Where Liverpool almost won.
Yeah.
With not the most rounded team ever.
No, yeah. They were kind of like Arsenal, where people were like, this is amazing that
Yeah.
they're still up there.
There's still some weaknesses in that Arsenal side. And player for player, just like the Liverpool team, you said that City team is probably better. Like you always combine 11. Yeah, Aguero's in, and company's definitely in. Well, yeah, David Silva's definitely in there ahead of whoever the fuck they had in the middle there.
They can have Suarez, I suppose.
Suarez would probably be up there, but no, Sturridge would make it. Gerrard, I don't know if he'd make in there ahead of Touré. It's like player for player, they're better, but it took Liverpool to just lose a bit for City to get in there. It was an actual title race, not like City just running away with this, setting records. I think City are kind of more at that level now because the squad that isn't there, like it was, 3 or 4 years ago. So I don't know. I think they're just we got used to them being completely infallible. There's no way to lose in this game. We'll see. With
Haaland as well is a new thing where it's like he's so unpredictable because when he doesn't score, you're like, wow, that was a disaster for him. Yeah, but he's still double everyone else's goals, so it's so hard to predict or to tell like what is a bad game for him and what's usual football.
Yeah. Now look, next week, Arsenal could lose and City could win.
Yeah,
I think there's two teams that again we're used to Liverpool and City being just these absolutely insane best teams in the Premier League history. Like definitely top 5, anyways.
I saw like a comparison of the table at this stage over the last few years. Do you remember 3 or 4 years ago? Like I think it was 3 years ago, the year Liverpool won it.
Yeah,
they were on 70 points by now.
Yeah,
like that's insane.
Like that's what we're used to. So we see like a team at the top table losing. It's like they've lost it. Surely they're not gonna. The other team's not. We were actually saying, and I was as well on Thursday. See, they're going to lose a game from here. That's an insane thing to say.
Time for their 20-game win streak.
Everyone was gearing up for the run.
Yeah,
here comes the run. Here comes De Bruyne now to turn into Zidane and just like, oh, he should be Ballon d'Or. Why isn't he Ballon d'Or? Because that's what he used to do. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Arsenal and City will probably lose 2 more games each.
Honestly, God, it's anyone's game.
And let's not forget, it's not a 2-horse race. United,
I can't believe it,
are still there.
Yeah, they are even more so than City and Arsenal game to game. Like the media swing wildly on them depending on the result.
Well, it's the same thing is because they weren't second or first, they were third. So like, okay, well, you're going to have to win every single game because City won't lose. I don't think Arsenal will either. Like, why do we think that? So when they drew, because Spaz like, done,
game over.
It's in the bin.
Yeah.
Because that's...
Blow it up. Casemiro's gone for 3 games. No Casemiro for Leeds, as if...
So yeah, the next time some super team comes along and gets 100 points, we're going to absolutely come ourselves because we're going to get used to this kind of just like normal enough teams who compete.
Yeah.
But yeah, United are right in it.
They were the second half against Leicester. They were fucking amazing. It was the first time in years. I can't remember the last time I saw United in Old Trafford getting Olayed as they passed the ball.
Yeah,
that couldn't even tell you the last time that's happened. And there was a part where Sancho and Wan-Bissaka were just pinging the ball back and forth around like 4 Leicester players in the corner just for fun. I was like, what is going on?
Insane.
And it's just come out of nowhere again. And now Casemiro's back. The sky's the limit again. I'm ready to be hurt again.
Yeah. This look, there's a lot of talk about, billionaires coming over here and, what's going to be lost. Like at this point, I think anybody who's a billionaire. Yeah. I mean, there's billionaires and there's trillionaires and there's whatever. There's levels to it. But if you are a billionaire, you've probably fucked over somebody at some point.
Oh, yeah. And there's no good billionaire.
So like, don't be expecting them to be all, they're not your heroes. Right?
Yeah.
If you can feel something from the sport,
cherish it. Don't let them take it away from you.
That's the best you're going to get. If you want to feel like included in decisions or like feel that like you're making a difference outside,
go to your local team.
It's done.
Yeah, it's not happening for
I don't know even when that really ended. But I mean, if you're especially for a top 6 club, just get a diesel car.
Yeah,
support the club, and just hopefully you'll feel something.
Yeah,
like my dad used to say this about Arsenal for the last few years. Do you remember? The Wilshere Giroud one touch goal against Norwich.
Yeah,
and you say, oh wow, like. Okay, maybe they don't win the big trophies, but if you're an Arsenal season ticket holder, like you get your money's worth.
Oh yeah,
this is good stuff to watch. And I was like, no, it's not because it's meaningless stuff. Like that game against Aston Villa. Oh, that's
meaningful.
It was again because you're actually if they were 4th, like now we're back in the 4th race. That would still be shit.
Yeah.
You have to be actually competing for something.
Yeah,
that wasn't a polished performance. That wasn't like one touch, beautiful Wenger ball. That was frantic and bizarre and like terrible defending and mistakes.
Yeah.
But they won.
They won, and it's those games that like the fans will remember, because it's not even that like if you're at that game, you're going to remember that your whole life.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be, your mind is going to go, we're winning the title. Whether you do or not, in that moment, you believed it.
Yeah.
That's what you'll remember.
It's a mean thing, but that tweet about Harry Kane never scoring a goal that meant anything.
Yeah, insane.
I mean, very harsh, because they haven't won a trophy, so like I guess you could make that conclusion, but like, not trying to make that conclusion, but it is. It's like those Arsenal years that they played a lot of good stuff. I mean, I remember when Ozil came first, and it was he's unbelievable. And he used to do it. The weaker teams, they used to embarrass.
Remember the goal? I don't know if it was Europa League or Champions.
That one he flicked it over,
like flicking it over nonstop. That is insane.
Didn't win it that year. You know, like those things have to be on the roads to the final, to the success. Otherwise, it's again, it's like, wow, I'm a fucking Nottingham Forest supporter. You know how much I'd love that. It's like, yeah, fine, but like, it's like the old United games were like, the last minute winners and stuff. It wasn't tick-a-tack. It wasn't like,
no.
You won't see on those things on highlight reels, but the people who are there remembered, oh yeah, we won the league that year. I remember that game away to Blackburn. That was unbelievable.
For sure, the biggest United game over the last few years, and they've played in finals. The biggest United game was that PSG game that Ollie won.
Oh yeah.
That's the one all United fans remember, because it was like, finally, we're actually doing something again.
Yeah.
Like, we're not getting humiliated anymore.
It has to mean something. It has to be towards, like, Arsenal that game again, middle of the table or second or third place. It's like, great, but like the defending was shit. Like, we shouldn't be in behind. We're top of the league. Like, we're back on top of the league, a
goal is a goal.
It all goes out the window if you're going towards the title, It's like, well, fuck, who cares about bad defending? We're going to win this year. Whereas if you play perfect stuff and you're in fourth, it's like, so?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll sign some next year because we're in Champions League, but maybe we won't.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean the same. So, yeah, look, United are making their fans feel something, Will, and
amazing.
I'm glad we can have this experience together with separate teams.
Is this why the podcast is doing well?
We're showing up happy and you get to have this week.
I really like football this year. I don't know what it is.
This is something that has changed in me. But yeah, they beat Leicester, who actually were going not too bad. I mean, last week
Leicester were all over them in the first half.
They hammered Spurs last week 4-1.
I forgot about that. Like, again, week to week.
Inacho got a goal and assist. Barnes and Maddison scored. It's like, oh fuck, they're back.
I don't know what commentator. It might have been Gary Neville. Described Iheanacho in a kind of ruder way than we did last week. We said like, he shows up sometimes and then he kind of disappears and he shows up again.
Yeah.
Gary Neville said, he's on a 3-goal win streak, but you watch him play, he's scruffy.
Scruffy. Yeah. Yikes.
I don't even know what that means, really. Well, I got it.
Well, Gary Neville is wrong for this week, so I don't care what he says.
Tell you one thing, I never want to listen to that man again. I've noticed now he does this thing, especially during United games,
where
he always talks as if there's been a tragedy. Like, he's always very somber and serious at United games. When United scored their first goal, a Leicester defender stepped up and ran in behind. Goal. He was talking about that for the next half an hour. And I was like, all right, man, move on. Like, the game's still going.
About how Leicester made a mistake.
Yeah. He's like let down his other centre backs. Like, I'd be fuming if I was I was like, man, it was 20 minutes ago. United are trying to score again now.
I heard that Taggy, 10 shags.
10 shags.
I wasn't happy with the performance. It was terrible after the game.
The first half was terrible.
But like, this is the difference in him and Solskjaer. Solskjaer like, wow,
we won
3 goals to no goals. Did you see my boy Rush out there? I love him. Gary Neville, come down here. Come on here, Gary. Down from the gantry. But like, Ten Hag's like, they didn't do anything I said.
Yeah.
Thank God Leicester are shite.
It was chaos in the first 45 minutes. De Gea made 3 world-class saves. He should have made 0.
Well, and I think, honestly, the whole sale of the club, right? I mean, they've become under a lot of pressure, the Glazers, the protests, and everybody hating them and trying to kill them and stuff like that.
Singing about their death. To the point where, I think out of habit, during the Leicester game, fans were saying, we want Glazers out. It's like, have you been watching the news? It's happening. Don't worry.
But I think the final piece of the puzzle of when you're flipping the house, you got to get all the bits in. But I think having Ten Hag there was like, okay, now it's a sellable club. Everything else was there. I mean, the brand was there. There was good players there. But I mean, I think when he first came in and he played he had his SPR from the back. It didn't work. I went, oh God.
Here we go.
Another foreigner with philosophy.
Yeah.
And then it was like, he could change it instantly go, okay, right, that's the long-term plan. I don't have the players I need to do that.
Yeah.
It's going to take me 2-3 windows to do that. So let's just try and win games first. And he showed the ability to win games, but also that if I do get the players, this is how I like to play, which made it much more investable for like, you know, Qatar or Jim Radcliffe. So I think without him coming in, they wouldn't be selling either. Like, well, it's not worth selling now. We're going to lose money on it.
Yeah. But when you're selling and you're on the up, that is... Because like literally any, like especially if like I'm sure the Qatari owner, sure he loves football, but I doubt he's watching United every week. Like, you know what I mean?
Are you sure he loves football?
But you know what I mean? Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, he's not watching every game every week. In the Premier League, there's no way.
No,
he's just a rich guy who wants to fucking cleanse his country's image. But like, he is just seeing like. He's hearing rumors, man. United are good. They're winning games. I'll buy them. I know their name.
I'm sure he's done his due diligence. And I'd say when you had like managers coming in every 6 months, like, well, that's not a club that's going to go somewhere, you know.
We spent how much and how many of those players are gone?
Yeah, exactly. So if you had some, I think Ten Hag coming in is like, okay, this is worth getting involved. And the Glazers, like, they might be evil, but, you know, they're not idiots. They're like, okay, this is a good time to sell up. So, I mean, I'd imagine the Qataris will have a bigger bid than Jim Ratcliffe.
Yeah, I think Jim Ratcliffe's bid, he said, I'm not taking on any debt to buy the club. But he didn't mention anything about the debt the club already has. So I think that's just still going to be there.
Yeah.
Whereas the Qataris put out lots of statements saying all kinds of crazy shit of just like, we'll pay whatever, we don't care.
Yeah.
But apparently there was a story, I think it was in The Athletic, that the Glazers didn't take kindly to some of the bidders' public statements saying like, we want to bring the glory back to Manchester United. And they're like, there's a chance that the Glazers might go to someone who hasn't wronged them.
But did you like what money, Will?
I'll tell you.
They do like money.
Have you ever heard of a businessman? You buy something for free. You take money out of it every year.
Dividends.
You pay yourself.
Very important.
Take.
Everybody should be taking dividends for everything, lads.
Take.
Yeah.
And then someone pays you 6 billion quid for it. That is unbelievable business.
That's rich person business.
That is next level, yeah.
You know, that's the money is a concept kind of a thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not real.
Yeah.
So you can do that kind of stuff. That's you know, they've escaped the matrix.
Yeah, and it's like, to them, oh no, they didn't win any football trophies.
Yeah, well, that's what I feel. I feel it's probably like, this is more hassle as worth. So let's get a big payout. So
the Super League's not happening.
So
I'm out.
They may have slighted them, whatever, but I think if they have, you know, a couple of extra billion on top, they go, yeah, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah,
let's get out of here.
Qatar will pay whatever. They have infinite money.
Yeah.
Jim Ratcliffe does not have infinite money.
No, and if they go to like a bid kind of thing, like, well, how much do you want it, Jim? You know, it's like, as much as I can. Not enough, I heard.
Yeah.
You know, they'll just take the biggest bid. So, I mean, is that the end of your support of my night?
No. Like, look, if it was a few years ago, I would take...
Rasher on a score run.
You can't take it away from me now. No, but to be honest, if it was a few years ago, I would be very torn about it. And still, I'm not happy about it. But it's just that, like, it's fucking every club. It's football.
It's over, man.
It's over for everyone in the league. Like, it's...
Yeah.
Fucking Newcastle are owned by Saudi Arabia. Nothing matters anymore.
It would be a real loss to the whole, like, whatever, okay, Newcastle taking over. Yeah, obviously big.
It's the end of football.
It's the end because, like, they're the only team you could say could probably stand against them.
They don't need money. All they need, like, again, the Glazers never put a penny in. They just spent the club's own money over the years. So they don't need an investment.
You don't need infinite money. It's like, you know, the cheats you do in San Andreas.
Yeah.
The first like 20 minutes, like, this is savage. Then it's like, oh, maybe I'll play the missions with the cheats on, and then you do, and you go, takes the fun away a little bit. You know, it's like
a challenge.
Like United obviously haven't won the league since 2013. They get time money. They win in 2 years. It's like, right, well, you put on the infinite money cheat, so that's how you won.
Yeah, it's not good. It's never going to mean as much,
and it might even be because Ten Hag did it.
Yeah,
they would have done it without Ten Hag. But if the Qatari buy it, we'll never know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the Pep thing.
That is why I feel like this season, especially, even the hint of United win the league, it's like, oh, please do it before they come.
Yeah,
please, God,
exactly.
Because then at least I'll know we could do it without them.
Yeah, all you need is the one. It's like the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
They won one without Durant.
Yeah.
So the ones they won was like, well, we did it without him.
We can do it.
And then they did it again without him.
Yeah.
It was like, so it wasn't him.
Yeah.
We like, he helped, obviously, he made us invincible, but
Yeah.
we didn't need the money. So if you're not able to win it without the money this year, it was Ten Hag. Ten Hag did this.
Ten Hag.
Rashford, Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Whereas if they come in and then they win it with Rashford, Ten Hag, it's like, well,
Yeah.
and Mbappe.
I tell you as well.
You know,
I've seen a lot of division from United. Like, you know the way when the Glazers came in, the protests nonstop ever since. We're like, they're bad. That's no good.
yeah.
Not going to happen this time. Because half the fans are like, oh, no, not Qatar. And then your half are like, oh, I don't really care. Like,
And then someone like, yes.
yeah, exactly. I tell you one thing. Everyone knows I'm big on Reddit, the Man United Reddit. Big influx of pro-Qatari fans I've noticed in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
A lot of new accounts.
You can't make comments. Your account is too new.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
No, look, I mean, it's like we said, I think it was 2 weeks ago last week, like 10-year-olds growing up with like City at being a Qatari owner. They don't see it as like a bad, it's like, that's just the norm.
This
It's
is
like,
just football.
well, why don't we get a big endless money owner? If everyone's using the infinity money cheat, why don't we have one?
Yeah.
It's not right, son. You know,
You should have seen us in the 90s.
we made David Beckham who he was. He was nothing without Ferguson. You know, it's like, Dad, stop, you're crying. You know, like, it's, you know, it's like, it's a new norm, you know?
Yeah. It is terrible if the Qataris do come in, and it is like Man United is now a Qatari sports washing project.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know every club has history, but United have the Munich air disaster, winning the FA Cup the year after, Champions League or European Cup 10. They have such a storied history.
Yeah.
This would be a real black mark on all that.
Whereas, like, you look
This would be
at
the end of all that.
exactly, because they would have really got to the heart of the other side. Because, like, you look at City, you know, they hadn't won anything.
Yeah.
PSG, similarly, not the big club in France by any stretch of imagination. Newcastle, obviously a widely supported club and a big stadium and big fan base, but
They're failing.
I thought they had one of these 18 something. That wasn't quite right. It was, I think, 50 something.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, they hadn't won the Premier League, hadn't won the league in many, many
And it was
years.
never going to happen.
So all the teams were taken over were like taken from rags to riches.
Yeah.
Whereas United are the rich club. They're the old money. So if you get them, then the whole thing falls. There's no two sides. Like, well, they have the rich, they got the poor. Like, they've just taken over.
Not to mention, they own PSG.
Yeah.
Like, there is and it's a different person, but it's not.
You think they all look the same, don't you, Will? That's just saying.
I don't know. This man with no age or history is giving me some doubts. But, like, imagine PSG United play each other in the final. The owner owns both the clubs. He's like, savage, I win.
Yeah.
Qatar have won.
Well, that's it. Exactly. If United win, it'll be, oh yeah, Qatar won.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Qatar.
Yeah.
Especially because of the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
You'll think of Qatar Football Club. Qatar. Like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen someone wear a PSG jersey and thought, oh, nice.
No,
it's
they
just,
must be a fan.
It's inherently uncool
Yes.
to wear a PSG jersey. It's like, yeah, but like that was a bullshit club before. Now it's like you're wearing their jersey as like a. They're not like as if they're a normal club. They're not a normal club. That's not like a Celtic Ego shirt.
Yeah,
that's that's not, you know,
that's like a cool brand.
Yeah, like it's just, you can't wear a PSG shirt unless you're from Paris and you support them for the money.
Yeah, and like it's stuff like, obviously they're going to get the Qatari sponsors, so that'll be everywhere. I'm sure they'll knock down Old Trafford, build a big shiny Qatar stadium.
Yeah,
like it's just
it'll change everything. You know,
yeah, it's grim.
So I think that'll probably happen though. Surely, if it is genuinely up for sale and there is a bid system, it'll be Qatari.
Yeah, no one's beating them. No one can, which is insane.
Yeah,
but then it's like, how long until it's Spurs and then Liverpool? Like, Qatar wanted to buy Spurs as well and Liverpool, so they don't care who it is.
Yeah.
And I'm sure down the line another Qatari man will buy Liverpool.
No relation to the royal family.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
We just know each other.
Family friend, sure. Business associate, maybe.
I know he's in charge of all the money, but it's different.
Well, speaking of Liverpool, Will.
Yeah. They're back.
They're back. They've figured it out.
Yeah, just in time to win the Champions League.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. That's the Chelsea move.
It's happened a few times.
Yeah.
For Chelsea and for Real Madrid. They were not in the league, but they focused their energies on the knockout competition.
I can get up for this once every 2 weeks. Who cares about the weekly thing?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do feel like kind of like City. They wanted to prove everyone wrong that they're better than Arsenal.
Yeah.
But then when it came to Nottingham Forest, went, oh. They weren't up for it, you know?
Yeah.
They want to say, we can still do it, we'll show you, but it's doing it every week.
They don't have the hunger, like they've said. Like Gundogan said himself.
Liverpool, same thing. Maybe the hunger isn't quite there. Everyone's beaten out of them by City. And, you know, they've been reduced to maybe not doing every week.
And the injuries as well.
And the injuries. I mean, listen, let's not get too far into like bullshit pop sports psychology here.
Their whole team's
I think the hunger's gone, Will.
Yeah.
But
City have their whole team.
But Liverpool had a horrendous injury crisis. Salah was playing not great at all. But he's back now. He scored a goal against Everton, and he scored a goal against Newcastle.
Newcastle, they fucking breezed by them.
What did I say about Newcastle, Will?
Yeah, you're bang
I'll
on.
tell you what, man, I was not expecting that at all.
The Arsenal one as well was mad. Two mad predictions.
I made it up on
bang
the
on.
spot. I was like, Newcastle will probably make a big push for second or third goal. Or they're in the race and then they'll fall away.
I feel week 28. Nick Pope might get a red card, maybe.
The Pope one.
Oh.
What was he doing?
Yeah, it's a bad one.
Oh, Popey.
Popey, Karius in goal for the cup final at the weekend.
Amazing.
Newcastle's first final in a long time.
Yeah.
Because Dubravka played the worst game I've ever seen a United goalie have early on in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
And then they let him go back to Newcastle.
I mean, so many goalkeeping angles in this Carabao Cup final.
I did think, though, when I saw Dubravka was cup tied, I thought, I'd rather Dubravka than Karius.
Yeah.
Karius is like an unknown entity now. I haven't seen him in a long time, but I know Dubravka.
I don't think he's played in like 2 years. I think he was relegated to sub-keeper. I mean, look, he was sub-keeper behind Mingale.
Yeah.
Mingale played so bad. Like, who else we have?
Yeah.
And they said, well, I got this guy called Karius.
Yeah.
He's got a weird kind of a milk beard and doesn't look too confident.
Give him the Champions League final. What's the worst that's going to happen to him?
He made a lot of mistakes in the league too, if I remember
Yes,
correctly.
he was shocked. That was the main Liverpool criticism for years. It's like, why have we not bought a goalie?
Yeah.
It'd fix everything, and it did.
Pepe Reina was failing for like 3 years, and okay, we got to replace. I think it was Rodgers replaced him.
Mm.
Like, you're done, Pepe.
Yeah.
He chased the ball out once against Aguero, and Aguero just like ridiculously looped around him. Was like, damn it, Reina. You know, and that's where all Rodgers needs to go get him out.
Yeah.
Like, made a mistake. Everyone saw it. Everyone saw it. And then they tried Mingale, and they bought Mingale from Sunderland and carried him. It was a whole big disaster.
Yeah.
And then when they brought Alisson, they won the league.
Yeah. And Alisson immediately.
Alisson, Van Dijk was like, that was the final piece. That was the Ten Hag.
Yeah.
To sell.
Buy two really good players.
Yeah.
We've fixed it.
So now Karius is back in after that disastrous spell at Liverpool.
Straight into Newcastle's first cup final since the 50s.
Well,
maybe not their first final since the 50s. They've probably been in finals.
I think they won the FA Cup final in 1999 against United, I think. If I remember hearing that correctly. But yeah, they haven't won anything since the 1950s.
Yeah.
So this was a huge chance, and their informed goalie came running out because Salah had, at that point, had he already scored a breakaway goal?
I think so.
So he was like, I don't let that happen again.
Never again. Ran
out, dived to header us, tried to do the Phil Jones, belly on the ground, headed out, harder than it looks.
Yeah.
Panicked. Lord panicked. Grabbed the ball. I mean, it is red.
Yeah, you gotta go.
A lot of people are saying it was harsh that he's missed the final. Not that the decision was harsh, but it's harsh that he's missed the final.
That's not how it works, though.
No.
I saw Gary Lineker saying that.
On Match of the Day. Let him play. Let the boys play.
I thought, shut up.
Yeah.
That's always how it is.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. But
because otherwise, if that was the case, then you could just be like, well, I'll get a red card now and I'll play on Sunday. You just like, I need a rest.
Yeah, people would abuse it. They always abuse it. But no, I mean, Liverpool played quite well. They seem to have Gakpo and Nunez.
Yeah.
Two massive, big, fast lads.
Yeah.
Such a departure from the Firmino, Mane, Salah positionless football, flickering in and out. You know,
you go to what works when you're in trouble.
And they're just like running really fast and kick the ball really hard. It's going the goal. It's like, fuck. I mean, this is why, you're a good manager. You get new players in, new situation, and you go, fuck, let's do this instead.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they have Fabinho back last day. They're getting a few other people.
Jota, Diaz.
Yeah.
I think Henderson's back.
Henderson looks like he's been back in a bit of form as well. So Van Dijk is the only one left out still.
Yeah.
But look, I look at the table. They're not that far off fourth.
No, and Newcastle without Pope, big trouble.
Yeah.
That's another. Is he gone for 3 games?
I think she gets the one game because it's not dangerous play. It's just like a intentional,
Right, yeah.
You know, it is literally just the cup final. That's why it seems so unfair. You know, it's like if Casemiro had missed just the Arsenal game. Like, well, that seems, come on,
Mean. That's
we want a
mean-spirited.
big game here now. Don't just take that game away from. So yeah, you got Newcastle possibly fading away. Maybe their squad isn't there. Whatever you want to say.
Spurs won. They're back.
Spurs won, but you know you wonder. Then you have ahead of them Fulham and Brighton.
Yes.
Now they've done excellent this year.
Yeah,
they've done really good. I tell you what, man, watch Ferguson playing for Brighton. He's back. He's
Real
so
deal.
good. The
Harry
way he
Kane,
moves is
he's
so good.
Harry Kane-esque.
Oh, he's better than Harry Kane. No, because Harry Kane, right? He used to move like, wow, this guy's unbelievable. That's why people like doubted him at the start. It's like one season wonder.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way he's scoring 20 goals. Look the way he walks. Look the way he kicks that ball. Like, he wasn't that like the way Ferguson moves for an 18-year-old.
Oh, it's insane. Yeah,
He's
so
so
big
good.
as well. He's
Very strong,
Yeah.
very fast, very quick across the ground. Like I'm biased, but like this, the way he's playing is like he's Irish.
it's insane.
He plays for us.
It feels like he's going to be taken away from us. I hope he.
No, he's unbelievable. So I genuinely, without getting ahead of myself, this could be huge for Brighton. This could get them back up because they were missing a bit of goals. Last few games, like they were winning 1-0 or they were losing, you know, without scoring a goal. So if Hughes come back in and rediscover his goal scoring form, that'd be massive for them. Fulham have had a great season and no one expected this. Everyone's laughing at them be relegated. Yeah. So it's great, but you wouldn't be surprised to see them drop a few points.
Well, they just don't have the players that Liverpool and Chelsea and everyone do.
So if Liverpool were to go on a run, I could see Brighton being in the way and Tottenham possibly being in the way.
Maybe.
But Fulham, I think they might, again, it's the early days, but I think if Liverpool were to go on a run, I could see them overtaking Fulham.
Yeah.
I think it's like 6 points off fourth or something like that.
Yeah, they're not far.
So,
which seems mad because it seems like they haven't won a game in months.
This was their first league win of the year. But that's the thing, it's like teams aren't City and Liverpool who don't lose a game. Like people lose all the time, they drop points. It's a competitive league. That's the whole catch of the Premier League. It's like everyone's competitive, anybody can beat anybody, you know. It's not like massive gaps between teams. So yeah, no, fair play to Liverpool, fair play to Klopp for finding out how this is all going to work. And he's stopped the sell of the club. 2 wins, stop the sell. Unbelievable.
That is mad that they just went, nah, we're not doing it actually. Change their mind.
Yeah.
It's so weird because it's like, why? Why are you getting out of this anymore?
No takers?
It must be no takers. They must, apparently Qatar wanted to buy them and they would only give a minority stake.
Yeah.
Which is like, well, that's not really how Qatar rolls.
No.
It's kind of all or nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, again, like United are a publicly traded business.
Yeah.
If Qatar buy them, they're going private because it's going to be 100% owned by them.
Sell your shares, man, lads.
Hold on to them for a while, then sell. Wait till that 6 billion quid comes in.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how Man United works. I don't know how shares work. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think the way the FSG looked at it is probably very analytical, knowing them. Then, right, we don't have as much money as City. Yeah. We've done everything right. We've got 1. They've got 5.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? We need to either raise money or, you know, we're going to lose. So this was their plan. Let's try and give a minority stake, get some Qatari money flowing through the club.
A team effort.
And we'll still be around. We'll still, you know, get, you know, trophies and stuff like that.
All we need is 4th every year.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that was their plan. This would be a way to get back to top, but they didn't play ball. It's like, right, well, we don't actually want to sell it, so let's not sell it then.
Yeah.
We'll think of something else.
Good to say it publicly as well. I'd imagine that's a bit of a distraction for Klopp and the backroom staff.
Yeah, because like obviously you have to play kind of coy with potential investors because they don't think they're investors. They think they're buying us. So you have to kind of trick them while also leaving your staff in the dark. Like, are we selling the club? Well, I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say we're taking some warm weather training to a hot country and we're going to come back with a big bag of money. You're like, what?
The deal's off.
No, they didn't buy it.
They went to United.
They knew what we were doing immediately. They said, once they came out the percentages of owning the club, they found out that we didn't want to sell at all. We just wanted their money.
They just looked at the table and they picked the one that was higher.
Yeah, so that was kind of the end of that. But hey, look, Gapco, huh? Told you that would work out, didn't I, Clap?
We'll get you a midfielder next year, don't worry.
Yeah, Henderson has another good year in him. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, the last thing Liverpool need is Henderson coming into form. I'd kill them.
Yeah, what else we have then? I suppose we have Chelsea lost again.
Yep.
I mean, shout out to my fancy.
Yeah, you've had a shocker.
I did the maths there. The last 5 weeks, because there was only going to do okay, but last 5 weeks, I left 54 points on my bench.
That's mad. That's like a full game week.
Full game on my bench. I left Gavin Bazunu.
By the way, how did he get 9 points the week you had him on your bench?
First clean sheet of the season.
Yeah.
Against Chelsea. I bought in Kepa. It's like they'll beat Southampton, surely. At least keep a clean sheet.
Manager.
A 0-0 draw anyways. And I left him on the bench and 9 points. So yeah, fair play to Southampton. They're still at the bottom, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Quick shout to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse celebration watch.
Oh, what did he do this week?
Went for the driver. Stopped midway.
Ooh.
Then fist bump. Don't know what he's doing, but he's got something planned.
There's a two-parter.
Keep next week. Go and watch the celebration this week. Next week, watch what's coming. Something's coming.
Maybe this is like a Pulp Fiction style. It's not in chronological order. You piece it together over the next few
weeks. He does a whole movie over the 11 goals he'll score this year. And you have to like...
In one of them, he's like lying on the ground dead. Yeah. I can't wait to see how this happened.
Yeah. Oh, what happened?
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense.
They say many garbage things.
You don't know what you're going to get.
Melodrama upon melodrama. This is a total, utter, shameful, disgraceful piece of nonsense.
Because he was miles off it yesterday.
You'll learn a lot more if you listen rather than talk all the
Plenty
time.
of time, no problem.